Ray Pumaloy of Abante Liling. Hello po.
Hi, Jean. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Ayun. Paano ko ba? Actually, kasama naman to sa, wait lang ha. Kasama naman to sa pelikula. So, unang pasok pa lang ng pelikula, isa sa mga unang frame ng pelikula, yung sexy scene sa loob ng sasakyan with Sid and Cindy. Ang tanong ko, have you tried doing it inside the car? Was there a time na gano'n? At ano ang experience? Nagkaroon ba kayo ng takot? Or parang, how exciting was it? How scary was it? Napangiti si Sid. Parang, ilan na ba to Sid? Charot. Ilang beses. Unahin natin si Sid.
Oh my God, Sid, you're so wild.
Hello, Ray. Well, when I was younger, yeah, I don't even mind making kwento. Yeah, I even remember. I think the setting made it perfect. Tapos hindi ako medyo kinabahan kasi sakto yung setting. Nandun kami sa pinakataas na part ng parking lot. Tapos biglang umulan ng todo-todo. Tapos walang ibang kotse dun sa pinakatop ng parking lot. Tapos parang isang oras umulan. So tapos. Cramps. Oh, mahirap. Cramps. Ouch. Mainit.
Nakakatakot?
No, not really. Because I already knew that walang pupunta dun sa car. Kasi ang grabe yung ulan, parang bumabagyo ata eh. So, mag-isa ka talaga dun eh. And then, I guess you're just gonna decide na lang whether it's time to go home na or not. Okay, next question. No more questions from Sir Ray.
Okay, si Cindy naman. Cindy.
Ano ba?
Nasa pelikula. At more mature na tayo, Cindy.
Yeah, is the question kung nagawa ko na in ano po? Sa totoong buhay. Hindi pa po. That was asked din po before. Hindi pa. Kung may balak ba akong gawin, you know, that I'm not sure right now. Dahil hindi po ako masyadong lumalabas at hindi ako ganun pa. Medyo may pagka-introvert ako. Takot po akong mahuli. Actually, yun po talaga yun. Pero syempre, parang exciting when I did it sa movie, diba? Imagine doing that with your partner, you know, in somewhere sana na wala masyadong tao, na alam mo namang walang makakita sa inyo. But, you know, syempre, andun pa rin sa mind mo na, baka may makakita. But if given the chance with my partner, you know, in the future, maybe, you know, maybe kasi dapat talaga matry natin yung mga ganyang bagay, di ba? Minsan kasi, di ba, parang, di ba, kailangan maging fun din talaga ang life. So,
oo nga, kailangan subukan lahat.
I might ask him po.
Si Nathalie naman. Nathalie? Andiyan ba si Nathalie?
Hi, hello. Hindi pwede sa akin yung mga ganyan kasi nakakahiya. Like,
wow.
Nakakahiya. Super chapter. Hindi yan pwede sa akin. So, yung ganyan, hindi talaga ayoko. Like, kung yan lang yung pwede mong ibigay sa akin, wala akong makukuha sa akin. So, no thanks. No.
No, it's not, hindi talaga, never.
No, I'm not interested. Kasi gusto ko romance. I want romance. I don't like yung mga ganyan, yung exciting part. Depende na lang. Pero, kasi, gusto ko romantic. Gusto ko yung pinaghandaan, yung may light, and like, not like that. So, cute.
Okay.
No way.
Si John, my friend. Aminin.
John, you're on mute po.
Sagot pa ba talaga si Sir John?
Okay, hi. Hello.
There.
Yes, hello, hi, Ray.
Nakuha mo yung question?
Hindi pa. Nawala ako.
Have you tried having sex inside a car? Kasi nasa pelikula naman ginawa ni Cindy at saka ni Sid. Wala, para lang yon. At experience? Natakot ka ba? Nag-alala? Was it exciting or medyo ninenervyos at the same time?
This is
Matured
shocking.
naman
Oh
na
my
tayo. No?
God.
Oh,
I think
yes.
sex is the most exciting part of life. So I can do it anywhere.
I love it.
And I'm willing to do it anywhere.
Oh,
Kahit sa ibabaw ng stove.
okay. My second question is para sa lahat. Ito wholesome naman to, ha. Naka-encounter na ba kayo ng isang tao na medyo scary sa inyo? Feeling nyo nakakatakot, nakaka-intimidate, medyo yung feeling na hindi kayo secured. At ano yung sitwasyon na yon?
Anyone who would like to answer first, Sir John?
Yes, I can answer. I experience that all the time, not necessarily with strangers. Sometimes with people I work with on different levels of like inability to like carry myself as naturally as possible. Especially kunyari at work when I'm meeting with someone who I really look up to as an actor, and I'm working with him for the first time. Usually the first day of my shoot, hindi ako makaporma na maayos kasi pinapanood ko yung tao, I get starstruck. And that's another way of looking at like a version of instability when you're faced with someone you're not used to. Diba? Also in the, outside or in the gym, when you're about to be paired with someone you're gonna spar with and you've never met the person before, you have to like keep your guard up kasi you don't know if the person responds the same way or as healthily as you do to punches, things like that. When you're dealing with people you're meeting for the first time, especially with big names, sometimes there's a feeling of uneasiness because either you're not exactly agreeing with what the person represents, or maybe you just don't agree with the person, diba? Whether it's a political angle or not. I've shared a cell with the Ampatuans. That was crazy. I knew them, but I never really knew them. But that was, oh my God, in their cell ba? That was, but like,
Sir Ray, I think you're on mute po.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean outside of work, Sid.
outside,
Have
yeah,
you
but the thing is,
encountered-
it happens anyway. It doesn't matter if it's a stranger or not. I really highly rely on my instincts. Like what Sir John was talking about, na he's never wrong. Like if he really feels there's something up, I've felt it every so often, even at work. You know, it happens with everybody every day, diba?
Mhm. Yes.
So it's really just up to how far are you willing to take it, or how much of benefit of the doubt are you willing to give the person. Kasi diba, you never really know a person's story. Eh? And then really feeling like there's something about this person really will never justify how you treat a person, diba, if you treat them less of a person.
Okay. Next. Thank you, Sid.
Hindi?
Wait, wala.
Or
Okay.
Natalie, go ahead.
Sorry, ano yung nakaliwala ako sa question? So the question was,
Nathalie, have you encountered any person outside of work na medyo nakaramdam ka na you're not secured, parang naiilang ka,
Yeah.
parang gano'n, na parang feeling mo hindi magiging maganda yung sitwasyon mo, mapapahiya ka, or mababastos ka, or baka malagay sa peligro ang buhay mo, yung mga tipong gano'n.
actually, you know, not just strangers. It can happen also within your group of friends and sa partners mo. So, it's not just about work. You know, like yung feeling mo you're not secure and pwedeng malagay yung situation mo sa peligro. Yeah, of course. Like, pwede nga sa jowa eh. Or like, you know what I mean? Or like just close friends that, you know, you think that you can trust, but you really can't trust. So you really just have to be careful, but you just have to, I think everything comes from experience. So kung na-experience mo na, you're just gonna be smarter sa mga next experience mo sa buhay. But that's it. Of course, we all do in all walks of life. Friends, family, anything, work, colleagues. So yes, of course.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Cindy. Thank you, Nathalie.
Mm-hmm.
Siyempre, sa amin na mga babae, siguro mas madalas nangyayari mga ganyan, di ba? Yung parang may kinakatakutan ka, or you know, you feel na madaming times na nangyari yan sa akin. Pero of course, ano ba, makilang wala eh, pag ganyan na tahimik lang talaga ako. you can't do anything. So, yun nga, natutunan ko din, of course, na syempre sa daming times mo na lalagay sa ganung sitwasyon, di ba? Matututo ka kung paano ka lalayo sa mga ganung klaseng tao at paano ka mapupunta sa ganung sitwasyon. Yun lang din naman yun eh. Just don't put yourself sa mga ganung situation kasi alam mo naman yung mga tao din na, syempre, di ba, na not good for you. Or yung pwede kang, i-threaten or, alam mo yun, may pwedeng gawin sa masama. Don't put yourself,
Thank
near.
you, Cindy. John?
Yeah, Ray, I think I have not experienced it yet, or I can't think of something really very significant right now. Siguro wala akong masyadong na-experience pa na ganun. Kasi wala akong maisip eh.
Okay, thank you. Good luck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, John. Sorry to interrupt you.
Well, siguro mas yung sa akin mas laging available yung precaution. Yung even before a danger will happen, hindi na ako papasok kagad. Parang ganun, mas ganun siguro yung klase ng personality ko.
Okay. Thank you, John. Thank you, Sid. Thank you, Nathalie. Thank you, Cindy. And thank you, Jean.
Thank you po.
Good luck to your movie.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was Ray Pumalay of Tabante Liling. Up next, let me call in Aina Medina of Rise and Shine PTV. Hello.
And hi, good afternoon.
Hello.
Yeah, my first question is for Sir John. Hi, Sir John. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Po.
Hi.
Hi. And sir, meron na tayong mga panalo sa Cannes Film Festival, sa Sundance Film Festival, and of course, yung huling awards which is sa Venice Film Festival. So do you think, ano po ba yung kailangan gawin pa ng Philippine cinema to finally win an Oscars?
The thing with the Oscars is that we really need a lot of campaigning. It has something to do with campaign. We need a lot of money, no? Kasi there are some sampling of population all over the USA from their 50 states. That there are samplings population who will actually vote for the nominees and for the winners. And for that, I think I remember my first film, which was actually chosen to be part of as the entry to the Oscars. We need to produce like 5,000 pieces of CD or DVD, and to distribute it all over the US, just for them to see your film. Kung hindi kanila kilala, they know what Philippines is, but if the names doesn't ring a bell, they will not even try to watch your film. Even if you try to connect with the big publishers in the US, in New York Times or in LA, there are a lot of effort that you need to campaign. Because it has to be heard by the key people. It has to be how do you call it? It has to be advertised. Your names, the title should come out from key people, like from maybe Oprah, from the most popular people in America, before these voters will get interested to your project or to your work. I've been dreaming of that na sana ma-recognize din tayo. Pero yun nga, kailangan natin. We need a lot of we need a lot of money. Or siguro kung hindi man ngayon, siguro talagang isang napakagandang project na talagang iingay, very controversial. Even the American masses. Yun kasi importante, the audience. The audience will decide. If it rings a bell, if it gets the attention of the masses, of the movie goers, kahit ang mga publishers, ang media magiging interested. Pero yung media lang, pero wala yung nakahiwala yung audience. Ang hirap. Yun. So I wish we can discover a story na pwedeng maging sobrang controversial na papanuorin ng marami and ipo-promote ng mga key people sa Hollywood.
Ayan, thank you so much po. And hoping sana malay naman po natin no, in the near future.
Yeah.
Yan. Ayun.
Ako nangangarap talaga ako na makapasok tayo. Ilang films ko na ang nagrepresent sa atin. Siguro 4 na. Mayroon pa akong isang film yung Metro Manila. I was actually representing the Great Britain. The title is Metro Manila. I represented the Great Britain because it was produced and directed by a British guy, Sean Ellis. So the film was a part of the roster, but I represented the Great Britain at the Philippines. Pero ganun din, wala silang budget to do that.
Ayan. Anyways, thank you so much po, Sir John. No, maraming salamat po. And congratulations dito sa film. Ayan, for my second question po kay Sir Sid. Good afternoon po, Sir Sid.
Hi, good afternoon. Hi.
Ayan po. Pwede niyo po ba kaming kwentuhan kasi medyo alam naman po natin na matagal kayong nag-break sa showbiz, di ba dati? Kasi before sunod-sunod talaga yung projects mo. Pero ngayon, you're back. So, medyo ano lang naman po, kwentuhan niyo lang kami kung bakit po medyo naglaylo kayo before.
I don't think I planned it. I was presented with a project which required a physical change. That project fell through, but at the same time, I was approached by another director who said, I really like your look. What are you doing that for? I was like, I'm doing this film, but I'm not sure if it's going to push through. Sabi niya, I have another project. It's for TV. Baka gusto mo ituloy yan. So we did. And I grew my beard. I had a beard for 2 years, like really big. Super big. And with a beard like that, you only get to do one role. So for 2 years, I was doing just that thing. No movies, no nothing, no guesting, no other stuff. And then again, a lot of weight and got really, really sad. And then I worked on it. And I'm back. Yun lang.
Ayun,
nothing great.
Alam na po namin ngayong reason behind kung bakit kayo nawala.
Yes, beards are very expensive. It's a family effort.
Thank you so much po, Sir Sid, and to all the cast. Congratulations po for the new movie. Thank you, Miss Jean.
Thank you very much, Aina Medina. Thank you, Aina Medina of Rise and Shine PTV. Let me call in our next question. Will be coming from Ian Batingala of Net25.
Pauna na lang po yung next po sa akin. After na lang niya po ako. Thank you po.
Okay. So we have here more questions from our dear press. So from G. Trilliana, let me read it for you guys. From G. Trilliana of Malaya. For Sid Lucero. Does your being an international award-winning actor come to play in choosing your projects? Do you have plans of working behind the camera?
I have dreams of working behind the camera. I have been dreaming about it for the longest time, but I don't think I am brave enough. And then for your first question, I don't think my previous accolades or the things that I have learned, gained from the past has anything to do with the way I should be handling every single new project. I treat it as my very first, like the first time. And of course, there are like techniques that I would like, if you get technical about it, be like, oh, this might work. But I always look forward to a different choice. And I'm already noticing na nga that I'm kind of like falling back into like a puro pocket reactions na nga. So I think it's a good time to like rethink all the way I approached my projects, which is, thank you for that question, actually. Yeah. But to be clear, yeah, I don't really think that it has anything to do with my current project. Anything that's happened in the past is, because when you win an award, that doesn't mean that you're a great actor. It means that for that year, for that group of movies that everybody's looking at, you had one of the most powerful performances or that reached people in that set. But that doesn't necessarily mean that once you win an award, you're automatically great. I think it's consistency that makes you rise or stand out, and that's what really pushes you and pushes people to see you above the rest, diba? But you should never let that get to you. Always start fresh, diba?
Thank you, Sid. And I think that is the same question for Mr. John Arcilla. Sir John?
What's the question again? Come again. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Does your being an international award-winning actor come to play in choosing your projects? Do you have plans of working behind the camera?
I think I'm really very lucky because most of the projects I've done and the projects coming are really the projects that I really love to do. Siguro, most of these people are actually planning what they're going to pitch, no, for my projects. Then siguro dahil somehow nagkaroon na rin siguro ng klase ng branding kung ano ba yung ginagawa kong film. So, and kung ano yung character. Kung meron na mga attempts, somehow they allow me to collaborate with ideas. Kung may mga attempts na palagay nila hindi ko parang it will be really something new to me. Mostly the producers and directors are really very willing to collaborate with my idea on how are we going to do the project. So and I'm very lucky for that. Choosing projects also somehow, no, after that, parang hindi rin, talagang sobrang lucky lang ako na tama yung dumadating. But just in case na mayroon dumating na hindi, siguro feeling ko hindi mag-work sa akin. Siguro ang gauge ko lang lagi is it has to be both entertaining and relevant. Because whether we like it or not, films are still something that you have to enjoy. And at the same time, you have to get something out of what you saw. So, nandun pa rin ako sa ganun. Ayoko nung masyadong puro advocacy film lang ba? Lagi na lang merong kailangan may substance. Yes, of course. Laging kasama yon. Pero, nandun pa rin ako sa idea na it has to be at the same time entertaining. It has to be sometimes, how do we call it? Fantastic. No? Thinking of working behind the scenes, I don't know. I think I can't see myself directing a film. I can't see, but I can write. No,
Sir John's a writer. He's a writer. He's sinabi na, akala ko hindi niya aminin. He's a writer.
Yeah, because my major was screenplay writing when I was in college, and my actually professor was Roy Iglesias, and we know how he's one of the Hall of Famer writers in the Philippine movie industry. And then after my graduate school, I had a chance to have some classes with Ricky Lee, and I became a scholar also of ABS-CBN for a while as a writer. So mas nandun yung mind ko siguro. Kaya lang, it's really a lonely work to do, no? Sometimes in the middle of the night, you have to wake up and just write that middle part of the film that you haven't started yet. So ganun siya nakakakain ng oras. So that's why I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of stories in my mind, but I think I don't have a lot of time to do it because a lot of projects are coming in for acting. But definitely directing, I'm really worried. Unless I can create one beautiful film that I don't want to be destroyed, no? Kaya kailangan ako mag-direct. I don't know when will that happen, but right now, I'm really satisfied with being an actor.
Thank you very much for your answer. That is a question from G. Trilliana of Malaya.